Okay, let's see what we can get. Try to cover something that we haven't done super in depth. This is like a Neo Grand Prix. I'm not sure what to do after that. This is pretty close to what Simon Williams recommended in his new Grand Prix Attack chessable course. We'll go there. Let's go ahead and get a bit of space, kick them around a bit. That's like an oblong French. After I castle, I'm looking at queen e1, queen g3, and just try to be annoying on the king side. I feel like I should isolate that guy. Because if I don't take, my guy's going to be a target. Hard to say what was best there for me at this very moment. Still feel like that's the plan. I feel like homie's being extremely accommodating with the trades because I was cramped, he wasn't. Really want him to take. That just improves my bishop. Knight g4, h3. Need him to go away. I don't want him to get into e3. Seems like a decent place to start. Now I have some flexibility where the bishop wouldn't have to be passive. I think we're fine there. Which way are you taking? Let's get everybody in the party. Symmetrical pawn structure. Not much to work with here, but we'll see if we can't create some sort of imbalance to work with. Just really want to improve my bishop. I like the idea of putting him there. Knight e5 though. Knight e5 indeed. Knight e5 just works. Rook ae1, knight takes f3, rook takes f3, rook takes f3, g takes f3, and my pawn structure's ruined for no reason. provocative move, just to test the waters a bit. That type of idea, maybe. I was trying to avoid a variation like this earlier. Yeah, yet again, ridiculous play on my part. But maybe my opponent will give it to me on the clock. Sacking a pawn in order to try to win this. Two connected passed pawns is too much. I can sack. no stalemate tricks. And far too much time. Push. Yeah. No use in playing king-queen versus king-rook when you don't have to. Okay, so my opponent beat himself on the clock. He definitely had a draw and probably even a win in the rook and pawn ending because I was pushing hard from a worse position to win. Yep, didn't get anything out of the opening, but if you want to see how to play this properly, you need to check out Simon Williams' new Grand Prix attack course on Chessable. Knight g5 instead of that. Okay, so I got a reasonable position. The bishop f3 was just stupid. Knight e5 and there's no edge. And then I told myself to avoid this and then immediately allowed knight e5. And this should be much worse, but due to my opponent's time trouble, he traded queens. And I start looking to manipulate the pawn structure. So I knew d4 would be an option, but I was looking for something where I could get the rook over. So I played a4 first just to do a test c. Because if he goes b6, I can go a5, and I'm going to try to crack open the position. But he went a5. Then I went d4. And what I'm hoping for is cd, cd, and didn't consider g5. My plan was rook e3, rook b3. So I would have access to key squares. But according to the engine, this is just a mass trade down. But I would definitely still be trying to play this as it's a game. And I've won worse positions. c4. Didn't consider going into the rook and pawn ending. But apparently this is winning. So we get an outside passer. Yep. I played b3. And to my opponent's credit, he found a good line here. And since I'm trying to win, not draw, I am not satisfied with the repetition. And in fact, play moves. And I didn't want to repeat too many times or shuffle too much because it gives him more time to think. So I risked it and it never really got out of hand. And it gave my opponent more opportunity to go wrong. So at no point in time was black ever really have excellent chances. Here, I mean, check, take the pawn. But the fact they played that, wow, king g3 is actually winning here. Missed that. And I just gave him extra time. See, this is what I was saying. You got to be careful too, because now there's stalemate tricks. So no stalemate tricks. And you just have so much time with the connected pass pawns. And let's see, was there a way to win the rook immediately? Let's say here, for instance. Okay, queen g5, yeah. What about here? So I guess it was some cute tactic that the engine finds, but I think my human method, because I wasn't about to try to calculate with 22 seconds when I can just stutter step and queen, sack, king and queen checkmate. Much more human and easier way to go. So if somebody finds those moves like queen d5, they're either ridiculous at tactics or they're cheating. So very human response in this Grand Prix game.